welcome back to the MGE Table Talk. I am your host, Terrence Turner, and today I'm excited, man. This gonna be a real cool show. Normally, of course, we still gonna kick it about politics, society, and everything, but I get a chance to talk about hip hop today with somebody who I know is just entrenched in the culture of hip hop, man. This guy is a lyricist. Notice I introduce him as a lyricist and not a rapper. It is a distinction there. It's a big distinction. I think we have to always make sure that we have that distinction, that there's a difference between a rapper and a lyricist. This guy is a lyricist.
Thank you very much.
He can perform as a rapper, but he is a lyricist first and foremost, man. I'm honored, excited, and any other verb I can think of, adjective I can think of right now. I got QuikkDraw on Table Talk.
What's up, baby? I appreciate it.
Thank you for pulling up to the table, man.
Oh, man, this is all love. I appreciate you.
You understand, man? I'm excited because, we've met before.
Right.
I'm a fan of his work.
Appreciate it.
But also, just the first time we met, we had an impromptu table talk right then and there.
Yeah.
It was on the set somewhere else. And I think we talked for the shoot lasted longer than what it was supposed to last because we was up there talking.
We went in, bro.
We did, man. So I'm thank you for coming on Table Talk, man.
Man, I'm glad to be here. This long overdue, and I guess we can get to it.
So first and foremost, I introduced you as a lyricist, but I think if y'all may not be familiar with QuikkDraw's work, familiar with who he is as a person, QuikkDraw is just, I think, a hidden gem in the music industry as a whole. It's from Baton Rouge, but somehow he got connected with Dipset. So he's with 730 Dips. If you don't know about Diplomats, that's Cameron founded it, and then they got different branches. You have you got Bird Gang, you got let me see, you got 730 Dips I mentioned.
They got the Bird Gang 2.0 that Jim he running right now.
Right. They got a bunch of different branches. If y'all familiar with how Wu-Tang, Skull Gang, that's what it was.
With Jewels, right? They had the first Bird Gang back in the gap. 730 Dips, and they still got Killer Entertainment that Killer be fucking with sometime. But
right.
You know how that go.
Yeah. But I mean, it's very reminiscent to Wu-Tang too, because Wu-Tang had all these different branches. You had RZA with like 5 shadow companies over here. You don't even know who running this, but then you got Raekwon's thing, and you got Ghostface got something over here, and then Capadonna doing something. So it's very
ODB.
Right, ODB. It was very reminiscent of that. So it put me in the mind of that. How did you link up with the 730 Dips?
The Illuminati, bro. Nah, to be honest, bro, Zeke's first cousin, I was in school with him for a while, and we ended up getting tight. And while Zeke was up doing some time or whatever, his cousin spoke to me about, probably trying to get in with him. So I wrote it off like it was nothing. You hear that every day. Oh, my cousin Boosie.
Everybody got a cousin.
You already know it. So at this point, I was like, whatever, doing my thing. And one day he hit me, and he was just like, man, what you doing, fool? Because he's from Texas,
Right.
I'm with Killer and Freaky right now. I'm like, man.
Again, just not taking it serious.
Man, put Freaky on the phone. And he put Freaky on the phone. Hey, yo, what's up, B? What's poppin'? What's shaking, scrap? I'm like, man, what's good, man? I'm trying to see what's happening.
Right.
We ain't bumping it. He gave me about like a month or two. They was out there in Dallas, and I ain't know it. And he really just pulled my car like, well, I'm gonna be in Dallas Saturday. You know what I'm saying? Just pull up. I'm like, pull up. I'm like, oh, let me get my stuff together. A day or two before I'm get everything together. Me and a close friend drive out there, dropping by his people. We end up at Jason Peters' house, who played for Philly.
Right.
Played golf for Philly. So we kicking it, you know what I'm saying? Cool, like kickback pool party type of setup, you know what I'm saying? And he pulled me to the side, and it's like, when I spit and hit, it's like the whole party had kind of like got quiet, and he was like, he nice. He nice, you know what I'm saying? So we ended up going upstairs freestyling, and me and Zeke locked in on some forever shit, stuff.
Oh, you good? You good?
Okay. We locked in on some forever shit, and it's been like he's been in my mom's house.
Right. Dang.
You feel what I'm saying?
That's pretty close.
Yeah, like mom's. Hey yo, he's gonna be a millionaire. I know this. Your son's gonna be a millionaire. I told her that in the house. You feel me? So we done locked in the best of stuff I can't really say on camera. Like it didn't.
But y'all got a bump.
Me and Zeke locked in. You know, I fuck with Cam. Cam, he actually gave me the feature on the You feel me? I don't know what he saw in me or what it was. You know, but I know I got something I could push that out a little further because I ain't really put it together the right way. But stuff coming back around. I just got a little feature from Gunplay too, and. You know
what? I can definitely see y'all collaborating. That I think that collaboration definitely makes sense. Because the energy that I've seen you bring on a song and his energy, I could definitely see that.
Man, this is
although now y'all won't be mistaken for twins because he just cut it
up. He cut it up. We got some pics from us in New Orleans one night when me and Jim then was out there. And then we got some other time we linked it up, and then we end up getting up in the yo-end. Man, like you say, his energy, bro.
Yeah.
Firecracker, he in it, he working, he getting to it, and boom, man. It was just awesome. But to go back to Zeke, bro, like when we locked in, man, it was the Hollywoodness. It was heads off, let's get to it, and he was always cut, dry, and honest, and I always appreciated that. It wasn't no huge bag up front type setup, and it ended up growing, bro, to where I really got a chance to travel throughout the nation while they was hitting on tour, and I got the vibe with them all. I mean, like I said, I could hit Cam, like I got Cam, what I'm saying. Right. So. I mean, it is what it is, bro. I love them cats, though, bro. I just saw stuff on a different level. I'd have been in TMZ interviews, you know what I'm saying, going down Ocean Drive and everybody, oh my God, it's that. We running.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We run. We get this, Zeke had my manager a whole night, he'll put this on his stomach. At the spur of the moment, we like, oh shit, what's going on? We come out there shooting the club up, pop, 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 pop. Hey, like, man, what the fuck wrong with Quick? He ain't moving, man. Get in the car. Like, man, I'm drunk, man. What the fuck going on? I'm used to gunshots anyway.
Yeah, we from Baton Rouge.
Yeah, you feel me? So, I mean, it was nice, bro. A whole different walk of life. Understanding what it really takes, even at his age, what he willing to do to make sure he gets to the next level and unlock a new door, a new level,
Well, and definitely, those guys, I think early on, they saw a bigger picture with a lot of artists. They just immerse themselves in just music alone, and I think they found that in order to maintain success, they got their hands in a bunch of different other things. So it's like they use the music almost as like a promotional tool.
Yeah.
And then they fuel these other entities that they into, whether it be a liquor company, whether it be clothing, whether it be something that that's not even connected with entertainment. Yeah. But it fuels that. So, even if you look at large corporations, they have, different branches over here where, they might have an entertainment section, but over here they drilling oil.
Agreed.
And then they developing plastics over here. So they're not just focused on just one thing. And I think that they definitely tapped into that.
It's so good to hear somebody really see that and understand that, because people are just rapping, not understanding like what you say. It's a tool, and I was one of the ones because I love to put words together with meaning, and people be, oh yeah, but I didn't understand that this was just the gas to push certain boats.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? And I tell all the youngsters nowadays, I say, what do you have going on a parallel to push this? Because you got to understand, if you promoting for the streets, you ain't getting no money unless you got some money in the streets.
Exactly.
You feel me? People talk, I got bricks and the clicks and the clocks and the dicks and the...
Sounds good.
Sound good. But they expecting that's where you get your money from. And I ain't understand. I'm like, man, I'm around these hitter killers and we doing this and this, yeah. And I'm like, I ain't getting a tap of fucking rap money. Them like, oh my God, I go in and they done seen certain pictures with me and woo-de-woo. I go into an interview and the first thing, how old were you when you made your first $10,000 off rap? I'm like, I ain't fucking made it yet. I'm still in the motherfucking streets. I got kids. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I had to understand, like, now I can make like I got a cut and I ain't built for this. And I got a guy out the Bronx on that name, Limp. Free my dog, Limp the Great. And it kind of got like a football, a movie feel. And until I really started understanding that I have to sell these packages like that, you know, maybe if it ends up being a jingle or if it ends up being an interlude on someone's movie or a piece on a scene to, you know, really learn how to get the money out of that, you know, whether it be merch alongside of it. Blood and Sweat Hustle Family t-shirts, $20. Hit me up on Instagram. We got them. They're going fast. We done did like 150 of them in the last month, you know. But yeah, like,
put the plug in there. Put the plug in there.
You feel me? But and that's what it comes to, learning how to plug and play to be able to make the money, my G. Like my own brand myself, I looked at it and it took me so long to put together something that I could stand on in my sleep.
Right.
That I don't have to think about ever again in my life without a doubt that this brand means this much to me. And that's when I came up with the Blood and Sweat Hustle Family. Blue one side, red one side. It upside down hard. Some man, he might say, man, I got nuts. You know, somebody gonna say it's all about love. You know, American flag, oh, it's still tied with the dip. So you understand what I'm saying? So there's so many aspects that's added into that for something to stand on. Man, I know now it's bigger than just being able to rap and have an influence, because you don't know what to do with it. Then it's nothing. You feel me? So I'm glad you touched in on that. Cam had liquor. He was talking to me about shower curtains, his money that he got in Bed Bath and Beyond. I mean, they got a guy right now that'll tell you, man, this dude sat out there and talked to almost 6 o'clock in the morning.
Man, that's a long time. Wait, what time y'all start?
We got to the strip club tonight about like 2, 3. And we just sat out there, and I was working at FedEx at the time. I would. Damn, Cam be long-winded like a motherfucker. But you know that the humble me, I'm soaking everything up. I'm like, oh yeah. What else? You know what I'm saying? But shit, I was like, God damn, I'm tired of the mother. I had to drive here.
But you felt the need to continue soak all this in, because you can't. These are moments you can't get back, but this is also lessons. Like, you know, if you have someone who is really doing it over here, and they're taking the time out, you know, to talk to you, and you trying to get to where they at. It behooves you
better
to continue listening to the conversation.
Oh, ears, baby. It was so crazy. The night was kind of magical too. Like, if you know the story, like it's in the song. In the,
I heard the song.
But I'm talking about Jason Peters sent somebody out. Me and Cam talking. Like I said, I got witness that account for it. Mm-hmm. We talking, we bumping face to face, and the dude was just standing there. He was like, and Cam like, I'm like, he said, excuse me, QuikkDraw. Big Peter say he wants you to come freestyle on the van with him. Mm-hmm. They got a party bus about, 2-3 minute walk over there. I'm like, Cam like, I'm gonna do it. I'm freestyle, you know what I'm saying?
That's definitely a mannerism too.
Yeah, that dude there. Man, when you see him like that, he really like that. And if it's Cam.
But you know what, he's always come across as a very genuine figure. Like that's not an act. It don't seem like an act, because even if you watch interviews with him and listen to music, everything with him, that seems like that's cut just really his personality. Cut and dry,
petty, cut and dry. If it's right, it's right. If it's wrong, I don't. And if he go be way more petty than you. It's so funny. It's been
who's pettier, Cam or Jim?
Man, I think Jim just a little more Hollywood because he hustle harder. He in it every
Jim
day.
Be all over the place.
Yeah, Jim be, man, that dude is a hustling this. Man, think about how long this dude days be. He work out every day too. Even when we on the road.
I see he post a video and he always use the hashtag in case you didn't.
I did. Early, I be
like, what kind of energy are you on?
This dude smoke like that for real. He work out like that for real. He rap like that for real. Like, turn it on and get up. Yeah, I have footage of this. You feel me? So that's what I'm telling. Like, but when it comes to that petty, bro, it ain't men in the game. Kanye, Cam, like they petty Murphys. I'm petty Betty, or Cam go get you. Well, actually, you know what I'm saying? You go pause. You feel me? Go hit you with it. Yeah, I'm telling you, Cam, he that, you know. But like I say, Zeke, he go get down on the ground and get in the mud. He got the least, like, you know what I'm saying, polish or Hollywood structure to him. Jewel got that swag, and he said, you know, that's who I done jammed with the least out of, because he was doing time at
right.
point too.
He kind of better work.
But Jim, every time we loop, you know, for everything rolling loud, you know, spots in New Orleans, and, you know, Austin, all through Dallas, Texas, Houston, all through that. We, you know, it was a hell of a run. To say that I really ran with some legends, not from, you know, 1,000 miles away I'm from.
Yeah. Man,
I enjoyed that shit. I soaked up hella knowledge.
And you still running.
Yeah. I can call Zeke right now. He go, where you at, Scrap? Pull up. Oh, yeah. They used to hate when we got together. Ooh, we were like two badass kids. I pull up in there in Neiman Marcus or something, and they shopping. And where you at? I'm about to pull up. Pull up. Coming now. Do all this shit.
Oh, man.
We do all this shit.
Yeah, because he definitely seemed like the animated type.
Ooh, bro. I promise you, you have not seen a party host who will go this far. I can guarantee that.
All right, so shifting gears.
Yes, sir.
Because like I said, I wanted to kind of just build and establish the story of QuikkDraw a little bit, kind of give people a little tidbit of a little insight into QuikkDraw, and you know how he's been doing and everything.
Yes, sir.
Now I want to kind of talk about the industry, because I mean you've had different experiences with it now.
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel, and I'll give you my opinion afterwards, but do you feel that the industry is going in a positive place or a negative place?
Going
or is?
Alright.
Oh man, he had to pick up the water for this, man.
Look, I want to say the industry is in
and we're talking about the music industry, of course.
A very negative place right now. I can't say where it will end, but as history, you know, shows its face over and over again, it's about to give runs to the spitters and to the MCs and to the lyricists, and it's on us to not be petty and say, well, they did this, so I'm gonna do this just to get my, you know.
Do you feel like it's too much corporate involvement with the industry right now?
Like with everything else, too much corporate involvement in church, too much corporate involvement in the way of thinking of a human. So yes, like to the max is, I mean, they got points where they got all the rappers to tell you that this dude the best rapper. You understand what I'm saying? And that they really might be mimicking him, but the way they package it, put it, he'll never even be seen. You understand what I'm saying?
I'm glad you used the word package. So I've had conversations with a couple of my friends about this topic, and I feel like where we are now with music is it's being manufactured like it's in a factory.
The machine.
I had it on BET Jams a couple of weeks ago.
What?
I kid you not.
Oh.
I kid you not. I was in the house, you know, kind of clean up a little bit. You know, you put some music on. I kid you not. 3 videos played back to back. I can't tell you the difference between any of these artists. And I said that to one of my friends. They were like, oh, well, you know, we at that age now where, you know, you sounding old now. I'm like, no, this is something different, because even then, you know, even if you look at like 80s, 90s, those artists would reach back and pay homage to the artists that came before them. They knew the history of this artist and that artist. They knew that. You know, they would even put them in their videos if they could. Everyone looked different, sounded different. Right. You know, there was a difference, you know, in Mobb Deep and Capone and Noriega, even though they're from very close proximity.
And they both street, and they both...
But you knew the difference. They dressed different. They looked different.
Lingo. Jewelry
was different. And I looked at these 3 videos back to back, and all the artists were from different areas. One was from like Chicago, one was from New York, one was from Atlanta. They all dressed the same. The jewelry was the same, hairstyles were the same, slang was the same, everything. Even if you take a group like 8Ball and MJG and UGK,
Right.
both from the South,
Right.
both similar in content,
Right.
but you could tell the difference. They didn't have the same slang. They didn't dress the same. And I feel like with corporations doing that, there's a reason. There's always a rhyme and reason with something. And here's my theory. And again, I'm asking you because I know this is your lane. This is your field.
Right.
So I want to get your opinion on it. Do you feel like they're doing that to take the leverage away from the artist? Because think about someone like Biggie, right?
Right.
At the time, no one else sounds like Biggie.
Mm-hmm.
Or we've heard the stories about Ice Cube going in Priority Records with a baseball bat, right?
Mm-hmm.
He can do it because there was no one else sounding like Ice Cube at the time.
Agreed.
Now, if I got 3 artists that sound, look the same, everything, you don't get a chance to be mad at me for not paying you what you owe, because I can say, well, I can get another you on stage tomorrow and the audience won't even know the difference. Does it take the leverage away from the artist if everybody looks and sounds the same?
Wow.
Just putting it out there.
I forgot about the artists in the industry. I look at so many things that go on with the artists. How you got to pay a cameraman, he got to pay a DJ, he got to pay an engineer, he got to pay a producer, he got to pay a promoter. We forget about it, and then we get the big money up front. Well, 40% of it going on taxes. We forget about the artists. So now to say that, yeah, I mean, I guess so. They have leverage, but I understand business. And business don't have feelings. You know what I'm saying? So
True.
I look at the machine aspect of it. It's just like when you got a restaurant and you got your time set up. I'm washing tables, wiping tables at this time. I'm taking orders until this time. I'm cooking at these times, and this is how I'm gonna run it. So part of it is setting up the machine to be able to have a consistent turn and churn because of money.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But I guess, yeah, it is a leverage, whether it's, on purpose thing or not, you feel me? Because, like you say, the industry artists, they are getting birthed in the game now, because you can literally get a leased chain, after you get you a couple $100 up front on your deal, go get you a car for a couple weeks, snap up buku pictures while you got your hair cut. That same Versace or Gucci or whatever, and the same while the money you fan, you can make that last for about 2 months on the internet and run it up. So, I mean, all of it is smoke and mirrors now. So, it's just like guerrilla warfare. You could use that to your advantage too. So that's why I don't just. But yeah, it is a leverage thing, because we as the listeners and we as the fans, we have not demanded them to stand on anything. We still go pick it up and stream it.
Do you also think that because the era that I mentioned as well too, you had different gatekeepers there that kind of protected the quality of the culture. So like, it's all straight corporation now. Like if you think about it, even if you go way in the past, if you look at like the Motown era, right?
Right.
Berry Gordy was kind of like, this is what's cool, and you see what I'm saying. And then if you pick it up in like the late '80s, early '90s, you had the LaFace, you had what they would call like the boutique labels that's being distributed through the larger labels, but they were the gatekeepers to say, okay, it was like a checks and balances almost.
Agreed.
Whereas you can't just push something out there like that and just that's it. They developed the artist into something for a career of longevity. You don't have, for all of his sins, you don't have a Suge Knight, you don't have a Puff,
right?
And because Puff is not really active in the game.
Right.
If you look at other people like a Master P, they're not active. You look at a Jay Prince, they're not really. These people aren't really active.
They understand
in the industry right now. So when you talk about like the gatekeepers that we had in the music industry that are not active now, the people who you know, that once kind of held that position to where you couldn't be from Los Angeles and sound like you was from Atlanta,
Right,
because they'd
right.
be like, nah, we
We
ain't
ain't
gonna,
gonna
be able to break an artist in LA that sounds like he's from Atlanta and he's claiming LA.
Right.
And
Right,
to me,
right.
it's weird, because even like the slang is the same. Like, you know,
You're right.
you know, saying everybody's saying the trap now, and it's like, wait a minute, that didn't.
Click house.
You see, like,
Click house era. Yeah.
yeah,
Oh,
like, so
yeah.
I feel like, you know, I'm not trying to say it's some sinister plot, but I think that they're definitely capitalizing off of mass manufacture of artists, where now you can't, you know, you don't have the leverage of like the artists of the past, because you can't find anybody who just sounds like 8 Ball. You can't find anybody who just sounds like Biggie. You know, you can't find anybody just sounds like Ice Cube. So you have to deal with them on that level, where it's like, if they want to renegotiate their contract, they, you know, you got to sit down at the table and talk to them.
Yeah.
But if we got 10 of you, if we got 10 people that sound and look just like you, you're upset about your contract, don't matter. Even if you look at what's the new girl now, I think she's signed to the same people who discovered Meg Thee Stallion. I can't remember her name now, but I checked out some of her stuff, and it's eerily similar
To Megan Thee Stallion, probably.
right,
And Cardi B, probably.
Right.
And trickle down from Nicki Minaj.
right.
Influenced by, kind of.
You know, and I remember our era, we had Lil' Kim and Foxy Brown, but we also had Lauryn Hill and Eve that didn't, you know, they
Different contrasts.
It wasn't the same mold, and I feel like, you know, it's just like they just next.
Machine.
Next.
Super business. You could call it, like you say, all them different, you know, ways, because it just still, to some people, even though some people got a love for it, it's still just business to some people. They just see it as a dollar.
Right, which again, I get that aspect too. I'm not saying, you know, business shouldn't, you know, exist in it, but is the value of music now going down tremendously? Because number one, it's so accessible.
Right. Everybody
Number
got a
two,
studio in there.
it's just an abundance of different artists out there now, which again, that's good, but it's only so much room.
I agree. I think that's really where it is. I mean, even though there's always gonna be something different that stick out, that stand out, you know, you go fish through, comb through and find it. But I mean, it's just the light is on it is overly saturated with a lot of it. I mean, until where, you know, it just come down to numbers and influence to a degree. But you know, we know what that can be. Those could be manipulated still. And
Absolutely.
You know, so the trickle down.
Tekashi 6ix9ine is evidence of that, because I mean, for him to be as popular as he once was, I don't think he's as popular as he is now. I think he's still in the realm of popularity that they're trying to promote. But I don't think he's as popular as they're promoting him as he is. Because, I mean, I don't know anyone who walks around listening to Tekashi 6ix9ine.
Well, that's in the world. You might have a better realm of people, because, like I said, it's times like, just like you saying that, I can't believe it. But then I look up and I see Meek about to meet with him and don't want to meet with somebody else. You feel what I'm saying? So why him then? You feel me? Like,
Right.
I don't know, bro. It'd be so weird, you know, with being inside that matrix, man. That changes the whole game and the nature of the game. You know, when the internet came along, you know, from everything from hard copies to the stream to the view or video, man. I mean, can you imagine Cameron or a Master P trying to negotiate with somebody, because they have to have a videographer who on their shit enough that they could, you know, make a deal to put it on their page. Oh, I want to get, you know, let's split views. Can you imagine that? Like, all that came in the game now. Like, you know, so when you talk about, you know, them being cornered, and it's a lot, bro. It's hard to stand out, because you trying to, so much money dumped into it. It's almost like you steady playing catch up anyway. Yeah. So when you see something working, it's almost like you think of the NFL. You think of the NBA. That's what they call copycat league. You know, when something get to working, that works.
They want to go
screen.
Right.
Step back three. Harden, step back three. LeBron now. You feel me? So that's how things go, because like I say, that pumping aspect is the money, and that's what right now. Maybe it's a time for a small fade in music or a small fade in hip hop. Maybe, who knows? You know, it's been strong since it came on the scene, but it's like you say, it's watered down. Lil Juju, he got a studio in his in his car garage, and Lil Bam Bam got one, you know, that he straight from the phone with it, and he damn near can mix as good as, you know what I'm saying, the Hitman, who took 2 hours on that bitch, and he just used templates on his phone, and they got somebody with a blind ear that's saying that shit sound the same.
And I think that's again, I guess that's not my problem with it, is the value is just tremendously going down, because it's like they're promoting it as if, well, you know, anybody can do this now. All we need to do is just get this guy, give him a cool backstory. Ooh. You know, and notice I say give him a backstory. It's not really his, and that's the other thing. So we mentioned earlier too about the checks and balances in music.
Right.
You remember when the hip hop industry had actual real journalism? That you couldn't just say you were from here, you did this, because they would go and dig in your past and say, okay, no, we talked to your 3rd grade teacher. We know you didn't do that.
Say, bruh, I have been sitting in a radio station in Virginia, and guess what? Let me call Super Mike and see what's happening with this dude. Just to see if I was going to be
The DJs are kind of the checks and balances now, but you remember when, like, you know, you couldn't be featured in the source and you say you did this, and this. And
it don't check out. It don't make sense.
Right, because they had real journalists doing things.
They were really doing studying. They were really going. It was, you know, thing was just so much different back then, since we're speaking on that, because it was so hands-on without having to be.
I even hate saying back then, because, again, it makes you look like you the old hater. Like, oh, you just hating.
But the internet has to have some kind of validity, because, like I say, it factually shows change in the way that people hustle with it now. It factually shows it. You know, information travels so fast now that things, you know, can age faster than, you know, what it is on the surface. So, I mean, you know, we go see what's up with these gatekeepers, because now they changing, and that's what I wanted to talk to them about. Like from back then, where it go from the journalists doing their thing to where, you know, you can get a good honorable guy that's go stand on this thing, just like even to news, you know, and media companies back then, they go stand on it. It's righteously written so, and all of that. But now it's just so to try to see who first and who can hit, you know, the fastest, to where things have gotten out of control to where DJs don't break music. And that's why I don't give a fuck if y'all don't like me, because I be speaking on facts. You're not helping me, you're not running me, because if I go to the blogs.
And that's the other side of the coin. So it's like we saying, you know, on one hand, the internet does help water down music. On the other hand, it evens the playing field, because now it don't matter if the DJs on the radio are playing it, but the DJs in the club are completely different. The followers that you accumulate online, they're pushing it now. So you know, it's like a double-edged sword. Exactly. Like I see the problem with it, but I also see the benefit of it, because it evens the playing field now. How do you find the motivation to continue on? Because again, there are a lot of factors out there, and for someone like you, who, you know, I would even brand a pure artist, because I know that you take your craft seriously. I know that you know, you probably toil over lyrics when you're writing them. I can see you probably just, you know, going in like, no, but I'm gonna say this word like this now. And I'm like, I know you're a wordsmith.
Yeah.
How do you stay motivated in an industry where it's like you see certain things are being rewarded, and you know they didn't put in a quarter of the time in the craft of doing this?
It's crazy.
I ain't want to stump you.
Nah, it's just myself.
Okay.
Like looking in the mirror and asking myself, no matter what the situation is, you know what I'm saying, are you going as hard as you can go? And if not, then you deservingly so are getting what you are receiving. You feel me? So if I could look in the mirror and tell myself, You know what I'm saying? I gave it all I had, just like, somebody leaving it all on the floor.
Leave all on the field.
Then it ain't for me in that aspect, because, like, within the last year or so, I've been getting a different type of respect and being approached differently on a whole nother accord. You understand what I'm saying? From younger artists to some I never knew. Something that was over my head. Oh, I didn't think, man, I ain't make no money out, like I said earlier. Make no money out this shit. I got some lawyers and shit said nah, but I got 20 years of underground, 25 states. You feel me?
Right.
But I ain't recouped because I'm in between the era of the internet and the CD, and I learned on the cassette tapes. You feel me? So it was so much in my, you say, if you go on I can go on a 15-year span where shit changed 3 different times. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying, in my career, you feel me? Right when I could grasp this,
it's like boom, the ground shifted.
Oh shit! Right when I got, oh shit! But it still all come full circle. So I want to say that to say, if you stay on your path, you understand what I'm saying, and endure, you gonna be straight one way or another. It ain't gonna matter if I'm 70 years old and I get paid $100 million to do a cooking podcast, and then I can provide for my grandchildren, not just because I endured it. They got 55 years.
And the foundation was the music from the start.
And that was it. You feel me? And that's how I look at it. You know what I'm saying? Lately I felt more enthused about it because what my baby girl told me, and one of my guys named Cash told me. Cash, with me dealing with the family, how we rolling, they got a lot of things that I just really be on it, throwing an Uber, go do this, check this out, do this, go talk to this person, do this, I can call this person for you if your money right, we'll do the woo. Till he was like, man, just do it again. Just go up this time, because you got a support system now. Right. You feel me? So I was like, bet, and if that's right, Heavenly Father, then this go happen. Hey, yo, gunplay in town, you want to get a verse? Yeah, but only if he is gonna be this. So I ain't gonna, if he don't say this and that. Yeah, what he trying to do? He gonna do it for this? Let me see. Yeah, he say he fuck with you. Bet, fuck it. Let's put the wheels on, man.
Right,
There's so much energy getting poured in now to when that started to happen, and when she told me, Daddy, you said if you go halfway down the line to the finish line, you may as well finish, because you got to go halfway backwards to get to where you started at.
How old is she?
She 9.
She's so smart.
She's so smart. I tell her that all the time. I'll say, yeah, you know what? Daddy, why the people you with be having blue checks? Because she won't be a YouTuber. She gonna praise, she peep all that. Why you ain't got no blue check, Daddy? Why we ain't got no mansion? Daddy working on it, baby. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But I say that just to say, like, even with that might be the spark that kicks, you know what I'm saying, to still get me at my ending goal in this game, which is to be able to provide for my family, you know what I'm saying, off of my craft. When, we be able to live like a freedom type lifestyle. It ain't really on no let's get Maybachs. You understand what I'm saying?
It's,
I'm the type
also
of guy.
Just about what works for you.
Man.
And now also, I see that you are acting. I've seen a few clips of something. Tell me about this project, man, because I've seen a trailer here and there. Yeah. I saw you posted a clip. Yeah. Tell me about this project, and also this shows just the multi-talentedness. Again, we know you as, the wordsmith, the lyricist. Right. But now you acting now too. Man, tell me, how'd you fall into this?
It was crazy, to be honest. At Capital Middle, Dave Stingley, LSU, his dad, he was an assistant coach at Capital Middle, and even though we played football, he tapped into video editing and videography, and they had a setting for that at Capital Middle, so he actually had a screenplay put together that turned to a movie or something, and I ended up being a star role in that in 8th grade. Even though we didn't finish it to put it out, we did. Like, we remade videos with R. Kelly's and the Sons of Funks and this, that, and the other, just to show face. But It was always there. I just didn't have a real way to kind of put it on the surface. But I really wasn't supposed to be in it the way it was, but it turned out great for me, man. And I got a shot at it, and 2K gave me the opportunity, bro, and it just turned into something that manifested into something bigger. I mean, I've been getting so many DMs and calls about that and what's going on with this, man. I said, man, look. When you go see it, I ain't gonna lie, it got some nice pieces in it, bro. And I love to see that everybody came together to really put on for it. You feel me? But man, I ain't lying. I enjoyed it. I got kinfolk and brothers in Cali that deal with it on another level. I mean, I even get to, fake build a portfolio to, look, check me out now, cuz I ain't calling for no favors, bro.
You got to get your IMDb
page.
Feel
me? Let me get my shit together. But I didn't, my mom used to always tell me about using other ways to get what I wanted out of it. And I was so pig-headed, I'm a rap. No, I done did this for real. I did this for real. I don't rap. She like, well, I had someone ask me about would you model. Model, man, rapper, nigga, rapper. I got tattoos, I got diamonds in my mouth, mama. Yeah, my niggas in jail for real. You see yeah. So I passed up on a lot of shit being pig-headed and small-minded.
But now you seeing the bigger picture, though. Which I'm glad, because you're one of those figures where it's like, man, like, how do you get talented in all these different aspects, And look, I'm not gassing you up, man. Yeah. Anybody who knows me knows I ain't gonna sit up here and just fill you up full of octane. Appreciate just for doing it, no, I'm being honest about it, and I think that it's important that we become more comfortable with telling people these things. I think in our society, like we were saying earlier, the companies are saying, well, anybody can do it. Right. I think we've gotten so consumed in our society where we think we can just do anything because we see it. Right. That we don't stop to tell someone who genuinely has talent in this aspect or that aspect, like, hey, yo, you're really good at this, and this is something that I can't do. Right. So the fact that you are really good at rapping, I appreciate it. The fact that you are a good actor, I appreciate it. Because like I said, I've seen some clips. I was like, oh, I didn't know that he could do that. Yeah, man. The fact that you're an athlete, right? Some people know you from that aspect. So you almost got like a Forrest Gump vibe. You done just done everything, huh? But I think that it's important that we say these things. Like, everybody can't just do everything. I appreciate it, man. But there are some people who, are blessed with these different abilities. Mm-hmm. And I think that you are actually one of those individuals. So again, have to just tell you that, man, I appreciate not filling your head up. Baby. none of that, but I think it's important that we do these things. Appreciate it, my man. I really do. With hip hop, I'm kind of shifting gears a little bit. Okay. But the intersection of hip hop and politics has always kind of been a thing too. Uh-huh. How do you fit with that? How do you kind of, do you kind of steer clear of that? Like I said, I've heard some songs. I hear you kind of drop something in there and there. But what's your process when dealing with that intersection? Because that's always been a part. Even if we go back to the 80s, Public Enemy, they were political. Ice Cube, he showed where you can kind of be gangster and political and mesh the two. How do you navigate that?
True story. My mom's, she majored in political science, right?
Oh, man, okay, so you continue.
So it's like, unknowingly, I picked up on certain things on how to maneuver, like, diplomatically and, like, neutral and still be accepted. I just learned, like, just the way she put stuff together and how to be honest and stand on it, to where even if you're in a bad position, you respect it for your honesty and you taking your licks. So she was going to the army at one time. Like, I was president of the student council in 5th grade. I was president of the student council in 8th grade and president of the Beta Club. You feel what I'm saying? So, like, it was never really my my goal or dream. Oh, hey, I want to be president of anything. But I did start understanding around about 5th grade that I kind of was a leader a little bit. That people looked to me to make certain moves, and I was to check off to see if it was straight. You know what I'm saying? Just
Right.
to my due diligence in whatever I did, because people knew and understood that whatever I did, that I'ma do it.
Dropping
And
legal
I'ma
terms.
stand. You feel what I'm saying?
Do my due diligence.
But yeah, man, my mom, she right now, she's scared to death of this COVID, and she is on the TV don't come off CNN though. It been like that for years. I'm talking about sleep. She'll go sleep with the remote in her hand, looking at CNN. You come in and say Trump. Trump. Well, you know. So that's really how it was. But like, I really don't like. I've gotten away from really just digging in it and reading about, you know, particulars and super detail about it within the last, you know, 2 to 3 years, because, you know, if you know politics, it's politics. You know what I'm saying? It's way more dirty than you think on the surface, and it's a whole lot of things that come with it. That a lot of people don't get a chance to add into their factors and why they even do what they do. So I just fade back, bro. You know, people don't understand opinions.
Okay.
So I fade back, but I be knowing a little something here and there.
Oh no, it's more than just a little. You being modest. I know you.
You know, so.
Okay, so with navigating that, with including or kind of sprinkling these things into the lyrics here and there, what's your take on maybe with artists who are not putting a lot of social commentary in it? Because again, it's one thing to just, you know, really just spit hot lyrics.
Right.
Another thing is to try to sprinkle a gem in here every now and again too. Do you feel like we're kind of lacking that in music now, to where we're not putting we're not putting a lot of medicine in the candy anymore?
I agree. I mean, like the last young artist that I saw, we gonna have to say mainstream, because you know it's a million underground cats that are unappreciated, that we overlook and we pass over every day to look at the little baby. You know what I'm saying? It's just what it is. But I appreciate him making that song he made, because it still shows that it's an issue one way or another that they got to deal with. You know what I'm saying? So at least to see him mainstream and where they say they putting him in his generation, it's good to see that he touched on it early in his career also. It lets me know that it's at least somewhere floating around in their brain enough that he felt he had to touch it now while he was burning or blazing. He didn't wait till his career died down and wanted to do the We Are the World because of that. He hadn't blazed. He could have said hoes popping pussy on the couch playing chess, or he could have said something else. And you know what I'm saying? But he went to that. It's bigger than black and white. You know what I'm saying? So you know, like all that with the knowledge and everything, it seems to be like a forgotten aspect a lot in hip hop nowadays. Cause like you say, it's like they cornering us to be this, so I could move you on now. So you feel pressure to go get the chain, bro. They got so many people walk around here with that fake shit on their chest and
chokers. I'm tired of seeing the chokers.
Man, I'm tired of seeing the rashes that come with this shit, man. That's what they, you know, and that's why, you know, I've been blackballed. They don't like me because if that motherfucker black, and you ask me, now I ain't saying I'm gonna just, man, that bitch black, bro, you that bitch. But if you say, hey, Quick, what's that, man? What color you think that? I'm saying that bitch black. And if you don't want to hear that, then just don't ask me.
Don't ask. I got you.
You feel me? And I'll sit there and we could laugh and just salute, because I know how to be cordial, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But don't ask me something and then get mad at me because I tell you what you asked me, you feel me? So, man, knowledge.
But you know, it's starting to get harder and harder to blackball people now, because again, like we were saying, that double-edged sword, which is the internet, where, you know, this sector of people over here may not go along with what you're saying, but you got a sector over here, you can still reach them. Yeah. So I think it is getting a bit harder to black. Although there are systems in place that are definitely trying
Must
to.
be the truth. Hey, do you just off subject right quick?
Well, you know, we got a bad subject.
Off
Okay.
subject, on subject. Do you know any snipers that could hit you in the foot without hitting the bone?
None come to mind.
I don't think. That just tripped me out. Just something happened before.
Oh, I know where he went with that. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, that shit. And that shit bad. That shit bad because if he could hit her in the foot, why the fuck he rapping?
He gotta be special out,
Man,
huh?
that nigga got to be fucking Green Beret, Rangineer of the Justice of Jupiter, Mars, and Venus. Got to be, bro. This is where the most bones at in our body. And that go back to like all of my simple logic, bro. Like I'll never forget watching the movie Sling Blade. And he's supposed to be slow, right?
Classic movie, by the way.
Man, fucked up lawnmower. You done did everything to the lawnmower. You brought it to this man. He opened it. Bitch, I ain't had no gas in it. We look over the simplest shit every time.
We do.
And it be right in our face with everything we deal with, bro. And that shit there kills me, bro. We I don't know if it's the internet. If that motherfucker make it like that or not. It speeds shit up so fast, bro.
I do feel like society is getting stupider.
Bad.
And I say society, I'm talking about just society in our country. Because if you look at like other countries around the world, they're not consumed with what we're consumed with. They're not fighting the battles that we fight every day.
Battle, they like, I'll take that shit any day.
You know, like they got their eye on the prize. If you look at, you know, if you look over there at China, they building railways in like 20 days, and we over here, we still
can't fill potholes.
Congress over here still trying to figure out, do we need infrastructure or not?
Right.
And I'm like, wait a minute, China built a whole railway of new technology and everything within like 2 weeks, and they've been debating on the infrastructure bill just to get started, and it still ain't there yet. I always get the breaking news on my phone. They were like, I got the breaking news yesterday saying they've reached an agreement to start. Wait a minute, so we can't even get it started over here? Like, bro, it's very disappointing.
Very, I think it comes down to morals though, and what you really laying on. It's like we still trying to find the best loopholes to fuck the game. They like, fuck the game, let's build up. You know what I'm saying? They took their shit on the chin. He communist all these years, woo, everybody the same, no kids, everything. You understand? I'm talking to. All right, we get there now. All right, now we have everything we need. You know, Voltron time. Mm-hmm. You feel what I'm saying? They done built all the way up. Now, who really fucking with them? If we go prehistoric, dumb, great bait man of the, it's still how many times more of them?
Oh yeah,
you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah,
man. If we go back to just meat and potatoes, they still go slaughter us.
And the fact that in our country we don't produce as much as we once did. Like,
bad.
Like we talk about Russia not making anything, right? We like 2 steps away from being Russia. All Russia produces vodka and bombs.
Vodka.
That's it. And they eat goulash every day.
Right.
Meanwhile, we about 2 steps away from that because and I do think part of it is, you know, in our society over the last 50 to 60 years, what was promoted the most? You know, just go to college and that's it. We didn't promote doing things with our hands. And I'm a product of college. I'm not you know, degrading it or anything.
Right. I fuck with college too.
But everybody can't do certain things, and I think we promoted this thing where if you don't go, then you're not gonna have
a chance at life,
a quality life. When in reality, you have people who own their own companies that do things with their hands. One of my good friends, you know, Johnny Hustle, owns a air conditioning company as well. So aside from him doing music, he has a thriving business.
Agreed.
And anytime I ever go out, I call Johnny.
I call Johnny too.
That is the benefit of having one of your good friends who knows how to do it. I'm never hot in South Louisiana.
That's my dog.
But the point is, you know, I ain't trying to put his business out there, but he does numbers with that.
Yes, he does.
But that wasn't promoted to us when we were younger. It was like, you know, just go to college so you can be in the office. But what if you don't know how to do?
Right. They would sacrifice, like college, like you said, that was the golden goose. And that's we never really understand
Infrastructure is what
Bro.
we really need to build. An infrastructure.
I was just about to say, all right, you get to the
network.
promised land, then what? You go wander for 40 years? Like you ain't.
Somebody got to know how to do something. So it's like, okay, so if I'm the one that went to college, but somebody got to know how to build this too.
Somebody got to use these to get blisters.
Right.
That's the point blank.
And we work together on
Exactly.
that. My position might be this over here.
Mm-hmm.
Your position is that over there. That don't make you any less than me.
Agreed.
That don't make me any more
it's
than
just
you.
you in your lane.
Exactly. And the way we get there faster is if we both play a football team.
Yep.
You know, if I got to be the quarterback, I need a linebacker.
It goes back to
so we can win the championship.
Exactly. It go right back to what you were saying with the not giving gratitude and credit to what it's due, with somebody being good in their field,
right,
and giving others instant gratitude because of who they affiliated with or where they come from.
Because they're popular.
And this dude here been faithfully every day doing what you need him to do for the basic, you know what I'm saying? And
right.
You overlook him, and his just due is given to someone who just, oh yeah, Billy, I'm his, and that hurts, and you'll never forget it. And that's our society, bro. We toe up, bro. Like, I hate to say it like that, bro, but you have to look in the mirror, bro, to be able to get better. You look in the mirror, you're a woman trying to get ready for a contest. You want to ignore the bumps on your shit, and your shit a little yellow right here. You got a cup of hash right here. Yeah, baby, I'm going to win this contest. No, man, you don't even want to be real with yourself.
You got to be honest.
Yeah, go ahead, get them bitches out the way. You heard me? Get them out the way. Go get some Crest White strips 2 weeks before.
It's too many ways to.
Come on, bro.
It's too many ways,
You got to keep it real, bro. And we fucked up. We don't want to look in the mirror and be like you just said, we like Russia, we laughing, but
we about 2 steps away. And China's over here doing the Birdman hand.
I was just about to say that shit. I swear they bored.
Over there like,
fuckers, boy.
Look, we already in debt to it. We can't pay China back.
What we gonna do with that?
And look, what happened when China say, hey, your credit ain't no good no more?
Come on. And then we go on war.
But
we did, like we right. You know what I'm saying? Now, not her holding, now you know. But I'm just saying, like, yeah.
And look,
like,
I see the video of them soldiers over in China. I don't think we want that smoke.
We not serious like that.
I don't think. Do you see how they march in unison? Our soldiers don't march like that.
I ain't nigga walk with a box.
Look, and they over there eating whatever they eating, because we in Russia they eat goulash. I don't know what all is in goulash, but that's all they eat over in Russia is goulash. Right. But in China, they ain't eating all the food that we eat over there. They got a strict diet.
They serious.
And when they march, it be in just synchronous.
That's because they people understand that they people.
And it's a bigger goal. And they understand we all got the same jersey on.
Yes.
We over here, we trying to put. No, my jersey's this color. No, your jersey's that color.
That color don't match my shoes.
Yeah.
Man, I ain't.
Meanwhile, they over there building railways in 20 days.
In 20 days.
And we still debating about the infrastructure.
That's terrible, bro.
We got to do better, y'all.
But it's all about, all right, that's where you go to your leaders and why somebody's a leader. You understand?
Do we still have leaders? Not elected officials, but leaders.
Yeah, we do. But they're not gonna get the good looks. Who
would you consider a leader over here right now?
Over here? What you mean over here?
Like, cause you said that's when we have to go to our leaders. Who would you consider to be a leader?
In Baton Rouge or in hip hop? Yeah. I feel I'm a leader. I feel any person who wholeheartedly stands on, what they believe on a righteous tip and is not scared to step out for it, and is a consistent mover in trying to get better, is a leader. And hands down, mask off. You go make people or go salute you no matter how people try to make you look. You still go get the salute. They go admire you even if it's behind the doors. I've learned this to this day. You know what I'm saying? Even behind closed doors, this go, come on, but. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you gotta know he go stand on it. You know what I'm saying? Man, even with music, bro, like I got a core fan base here and there. I can for sure, I sell merch consistently. I
Blood, Sweat, Hustle, fam.
Blood, Sweat, Hustle, fam. Y'all got that all through?
I was trying to help the plug.
BSHFLLC. Okay. I appreciate the plug. But, like, to where, like, I'm just go do what it do. And they understand I'm going to stand on that. And it's going to be some roles I'm going to pass on in movies. Because it's not going to be good for what I stand for.
Right.
And I ain't mad at, I'm not saying.
You have to do what works for you. And I think that's a motto I think everybody has to adopt in society. You have to do what works for you.
Yeah. Some people throw oops, some people catch them. I just want to be on the winning team. I've never been, I could score 100 points a game or I could lock down your score. It just depends on what we need at the time for the W. I've always been geared that way, bro.
I told you was multi-talented, man. See, now you throwing out the athletics. QuikkDraw, man. I definitely appreciate you pulling up to this table, man.
Man, I appreciate the invite, bro.
We definitely we're gonna do a part 2 or something because the conversations you and I even have online can just go and go and go.
Eminem is the best.
Now, see, I was about to close it out, but before we go, okay, let me tell everybody.
Best
listen,
rapper ever.
QuikkDraw and I have been going back and forth on this subject for months.
Yeah.
Literally months. He'll shoot me a DM with a story, and I'll come back. Yeah, but what about this? He'll come back 2 days later, send me something else. So the heart of this is this. I was about to wrap it up, but no, we can't wrap it up on that note. Now we got to continue going. I asked Quick a couple of months ago. We was on the set of Friday Night Flows. He was listing Friday Night Flows Johnny Hustle.
Hustle.
You can see that on MGE Network YouTube. Hustle asked him to name, his Mount Rushmore, top 5, and right off the bat, without hesitation, he said Eminem is the greatest rapper to ever touch the mic. I might be paraphrasing.
No, Eminem is the best. And Pac my favorite because we all got opinions.
Okay.
That's Pac my favorite from my gut feeling, the way he touched the ladies, and he'll fuck you up, and politically he'll fuck you up, and he could rap his ass off. You feel me? But Eminem, I feel like he is that machine that you just press the button. I honestly feel like it been times like the fucking computer printed some shit off for him to rap. It's just an algorithm that came out. That motherfucker just you ain't gonna fuck with it. Like I ain't talk, I bump some of his shit. They got certain shit I still resonate with from back in the gap, 10, 12, 13 years old. I'ma bump that shit. New shit, cause I'm a fan, so I pass through it. Salute, I pass through, big homie, whoop the whoop. But when it comes down to this, in that square, whatever you recording in, and he stepping that motherfucker, you better have an extinguisher right there and some motherfucking insurance, cause he go tear some shit up, bro.
I'm laughing because Quick knows I completely, wholeheartedly disagree with his whole statement. I don't believe Eminem is the greatest of all time. I appreciate his skill. I think he is very talented, but to bestow the title of greatest on him, I don't feel he's that. Now, first time Quick and I had this debate, he immediately went to, you only saying that because he white.
Yeah.
And that's not the case. Because if he was black, he'd be cannabis. That's my opinion, because here's the thing. I feel like he gets a lot of leeway in his subject matter because he's white. Because a black artist no one, black or white, I feel like would purchase a black artist's music in droves the way they do if they had that same subject matter.
Agree.
Okay, so you agree on that point. So my point is this: M got popular because the majority of the people who bought his music were white.
I really think he got popular because he was the first one to hit with that super cold, rap your ass off up under the table, and was white first. I think he was the first white boy to hit with the "you can't fuck with me" and stood on it first.
I think, first things first, we have to say, what helped
cosign was magnificent.
what helped establish him was the cosign of, you know, the Quincy Jones of hip hop, Dr. Dre. Okay, I think without that cosign, he would have been on Raucous.
Jordan without Pippen. I mean, that greatness on the line. You can't take nothing.
But I'm
from
saying
nothing.
There was a perfect storm there because think about this.
Perfect storm.
Think about this.
I agree.
Without Dre giving him that cosign, would hip hop have really paid attention the way they did with him?
We can't say it because Dre, where he was at that time, he was there. He boom, aftermath, boom, yeah, in the squad, boom.
Get that now?
Nuts. Yeah, you're right.
Let's do a contrast. Okay. Another big star that came from that umbrella, in a sense, was 50 Cent. Now, cosign or no cosign, would 50 have made it? I believe he would have.
But not at the magnitude that he hit it. No.
I think the hype that he had coming out of New York, if he would have got scooped up by another label outside of New York, I think that buzz around him. Now, granted, yes, in the club, you know, really helped solidify that. But 50's buzz and his legend was there before M and Dre came to that.
All the mixtapes in the 01.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, M without Dre, 50 without Dre and M, I think he still makes a splash. Yeah. Maybe not as big of a splash, but his splash would have been bigger than an Eminem without Dre splash.
Maybe. I mean, who's to say? Because, I mean, Juvenile Raw, the Hot Boys were awesome. But what about with them without Manny? You see what I'm saying?
Point to be made. Now, the other thing I always say is when you talk about great, you got to talk about like impact and everything else, right?
Right.
How many artists, you know, real deal have been impacted by Eminem? Now, a lot of artists were impacted by Tupac. We see that, you know, in their dress, their attire, lyrics, song structure. We can see that there, you know. You have artists that were inspired, you know, impacted by Biggie. You know, again, you know, let me get my friends on, create a group, the swagger, you know, incorporating the luxuries that he, you know, think about this, you know, people wasn't really rocking Coogee sweaters and, you know, just even in his lyrics, you know, different champagnes that, you know, he and Jay-Z and AZ were really good at incorporating those things and made people notice. What I'm saying is what he
brought to the game that's memorable, that you gotta realize it's one thing he brings to the game that is transparent, you don't see it. It's like a deadly gas. It's fear. We don't never really get to ignite. It's fear because it's been said and stated, but that's not like you can't go like, let me get the new fear, you feel me? Like, so we don't get credit for that. But if you look at because we also pass over something because he not from our culture. We don't understand certain shit, so we don't resonate. Just you know.
Even if we're talking about
bleach blonde hair.
Even if we're talking about the
fuck you white boy
being battle tested, right? How many real battles that because again, he came out and he was picking fights with pop acts. Britney Spears, NSYNC, Moby, people like that, right? But when it came to really mixing it up with like other artists,
right?
You know, he kind of avoided the cannabis thing for a little while, you know. And then once you get, you know, to a certain status, it doesn't matter how cannabis came at him. He was gonna overshadow him anyway. It don't matter lyrically if cannabis, you know, straight up won or not. M was gonna overshadow it anyway because he's Eminem at that point, you know.
Hold up, let me see that. You think so? So cannabis or LL?
LL. But it's not because of LL status.
No, it wasn't.
I studied the lyrics of that and
the hook by itself killed.
Yeah.
Can I bust? Yes, you can. Can I bust?
Oh, I second round knockout. I think people got nervous for L for a second because cannabis did come with some heat.
But cannabis is that thing anyway. It's just like you say, it's messed up that he not from what we call our culture. You feel me?
But I look at people like Tech Nine, who the majority of his fan base is white, is it not?
Yeah, but
and he can really spit though.
I was just about to say, yeah, he really.
But who does he appeal to? But he's not put on those lists.
Is it because he pushed that way, or do he really appeal to them? That's what I be trying to figure out still, because through the ranks and the people I deal with and dealt with and the conversation I have, you'll never know who appeal to who. Sometimes it's crazy.
I think what throws people off about Tech Nine is the face paint.
A lot of stuff though.
I think that's what kind of throw people off, because the thing is, every time I've heard this, I'm like, man, he is on fire. I don't own any of his music in my collection though, and the thing, I like him, but
you got some Flow Rider in your shit?
No.
He top 10.
The thing is, I've heard him really spit. Now what? Now so these are also perils that artists face too.
Yeah.
When you make a song that becomes big, and then it overshadows what you really do, and I get that too. I still don't feel like Eminem is the greatest though, because for me, to say he's the greatest, you're saying that he can kick this better than, and then you have to insert names on a list at that point.
Every motherfucking body.
So you're saying bar for bar he can outdo a Rakim.
Bro, listen.
Bar for bar in his prime he can outdo an L.
I got exactly what it is.
Okay.
See, Rakim, he was like the flu, right? See, then came Pac. You feel me? We're gonna say Pac, DMX. They was like COVID, right? They like COVID-19. See, he like 4 stages after the Delta variant. He white. He fucking don't make sense. But not only do numbers bust your ass, but all
because you always bring the numbers up to me, and I always say, well, if you gonna bring numbers up, then that means you got to throw in Vanilla Ice. You got to throw in Hammer and
Hammer.
I ain't never heard anybody say, top 5 Vanilla Ice, because of his sales. Right. And a lot of people always point to Eminem's sales.
But even though he has, over the last few years, he slacked off with staying consistent and dropping heat.
Now, I've asked you that before too, because again, if we talk about impact, if we talk about if he's the greatest, and I've asked Eminem fans this, I'm like, okay, name his last 3 albums. They can't name the title of them.
You're right.
And I feel like, if you have that genuine connection and with your fans like that, they follow you. A Nas fan can tell you every Nas album that has ever dropped, even the last 3. They know it was King's Disease, Nasir. Before that, it was Life is Good. They know.
And that's the difference between
a quote-unquote Eminem fan.
Listen.
Cause they can't tell you the last 3 albums he dropped.
Fear.
But why is it that the fans can't tell you the last 3 albums that Eminem dropped? If they're fans.
All right.
If he's the greatest.
I'm going to say a respect for somebody outside of the culture is still, like I said, it's like a transparent trophy. It's like, because like just because you can't relate all the way to something don't mean that, it ain't there, if that makes sense. You feel me? Like, check it out.
What's Eminem's last 3 albums, QuikkDraw?
I don't know. I can't tell you all 3 of them. But I'm going to tell you, and I'm telling you, the respect factor, that's just like a deep impact. You feel me? You look at Will Chamberlain. He scored 100 in the game.
True.
That's going to forever overshadow the fact of what Kobe did, because Kobe did 82?
81.
81? And Jordan, what Jordan did, 63 the last, 63? 63 was the highest Jordan went to?
Jordan, I think, is more so. I think people look at the fact that every time he went to the finals, he never went to a game 7.
Right. He was 6-0 in them bitches.
Yeah, he was never defeated in the finals. Every time he went, he won, Jordan, and he never went to a game 7.
Jordan was a different type of That's what I'm saying. You see with Jordan?
I'm glad you said that, because I've had discussions about this too. Okay? I think LeBron is a great person, but he is not a killer.
Not at all.
Okay, so we agree on that. Deal.
Great player.
He is a great player.
If you line him up on the other side, Jordan gonna eat his fucking heart. Yes. Jordan gonna eat in it. That's what I'm telling, bro. That don't.
I've had discussion with people before, like, oh man, you hate. No, I'm not hating. I'm looking at the fact that he ain't got that killer instinct.
Jordan is a killer, man. LeBron, you a nice guy.
Kobe was a killer. They had that you gonna have to
killer. AI, he a killer.
AI is a killer. LeBron will leave you in the fourth quarter and say, "I'm tired, boss.
Give me somebody to go hit." Cause he's scared of the backlash. LeBron don't like that. You can look at how squeaky clean his appearance appears to be.
True.
Because if you got nuts, it's gonna show where you fucked up a little bit along the way. Cause you had to try something. You had to go left.
Cause Jordan was a compulsive gambler.
I'm talking. We could even keep it all basketball. He fucking the flu game. You see what happened?
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The jersey situation.
Yeah.
You see what happened? You feel what I'm saying? If you fuck with him, he go fuck you up, and he's so fucked up of a killer. He gonna make a reason to fuck you up if he don't like you just cause.
Yeah. Which
you see what I'm saying?
But you know what? Part of me loves that.
I love that.
I love that. I'm like, wait a minute. LeBron this man even say that to you.
What's up, bro? Yeah, it's love. It's love. Man, we do that shit later, man. In between these lines, nigga, we gonna get it on.
Yes.
You see, man? And even with music with me, friendly fire. You can call me for all right. You got hustle. It'll be times I'm not gonna even bring a phone. I'm in the vibe. I'm gonna right there. Pom, 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 pom. Oh shit, here you go with this shit.
Look, and so you say all that. I'm not denying that Eminem is a killer as well.
Yeah.
I've not denied that.
And that's
I'm just saying he's not the greatest.
He is the killer of killer MC with longevity, mainstream focus, and album sales to back it up.
There you go, bring up the album.
It got to be. Hey, look, something at the end of the day, which is why they pushing out all these niggas with 6 dreads, a mouthful of fake shit, and got all our kids with rashes on their neck for that same reason, the fact. And this dude here done did it with blonde hair, like a double-edged sword. He did the shit with blonde hair, talking about his baby mama, just like Boosie talking about his baby mama. He just ain't say baby mama, baby mama. And I swag. What you want him to say that? Baby mama, I'm tired of you. Nah, that
well,
you know.
Boosie say he was gonna kill his baby mama and drive through 3 states with a head as a hat either, but.
Yeah, but he did say that was the night I choked my bitch.
He did say that.
My bitch.
And matter of fact, you know what is weird because when he. How young were we when he made that song?
Exactly. So they not this. They ain't this bad. I was in high school.
We were so disturbed.
Yeah.
I still disagree with him. Eminem, in my opinion, he's a good MC.
Great.
He's not the greatest.
That dude can rap about this book right now.
And 10 other rappers can too.
But they not gonna rap about it like him. And they not go off the hat hit it like he hit it. Because it's proven. Why nobody? All right. Why no black guys other than Hobson? You still ain't really check him out like I told you.
I'm familiar with Hobson. We've talked about this. I told you I'm familiar with Hobson.
He is. You feel like cannabis? Nah, I feel like Hobson the black Eminem.
Okay.
And we still don't get on him.
I feel like in the heat of the battle, and people might disagree with me on this. Mm-hmm. I feel like at the heat of the battle, Ja Rule got the better of Eminem. But that's not talked about because of Eminem's popularity. People didn't want to give Ja Rule credit.
I feel like
that's my opinion.
Eminem threw a slight jab because his artist was in it, mm-hmm. and his artist made it a goal to squash him.
Exactly.
As opposed to saying,
which I understand.
We on the route.
They allegedly tried to kill it. I understand the hatred.
So 50 was like, you know what? You gonna get him.
You gonna get these shots from everybody.
Some of these shit. You gonna give him some of these. The white boy gonna hit you with his fan base too, motherfucker.
Right.
You feel me? So I think it got to that. You could tell M ain't. Man, I've read M didn't really want to. Yeah, he didn't take the mask off. He ain't go hard, bro. It was just like, you know, is you with me or against me, nigga? What you know, with you, man. I'm gonna hit out the window a few times. Pow, pow, pow. You know, you feel me? I shot 50. Hey, I shot.
I still think Ja don't get his credit though.
Oh, now I agree totally.
For delivering some really lethal blows.
Not only lethal blows, great music.
He did.
That 50 came out and took his style really.
And now Drake is doing.
And now Drake is doing it. Yeah.
Y'all
we said it. I tell y'all that Drake he owes him. He need to be hitting
y'all,
Rule, nigga.
Y'all need to let Ja Rule come back on tour or something, man.
Man, that nigga
I like
50
Ja
brought
Rule,
that
man.
nigga shit up, bro. That was the sickest shit ever.
He did. I was like, man, did 50 really just criticize him for doing this and then he started doing it?
Trick you out your spot. That's the meaning. If Trick You Out Your Spot was a person,
that's gonna be a meme now.
That's a meme now. I make that motherfucker shit.
Well,
That's
Quick. Thank you for pulling up to this table, man. I have thoroughly enjoyed this conversation.
Always, man.
I always enjoy conversation with you because it literally goes from one thing to the next.
Hell yeah.
But it be on subject some kind of way. So I
baseline.
appreciate it. We definitely got to have you back again.
No problem, man. Hit me anytime, my dog. Real talk.
Y'all remember, you either at the table or you're on the menu.
Oh, you on the menu.
You decide. We out.